Only two people who have had a lot of drama surrounding both their name and their brands have been Logan Paul and YouTube golden boy MrBeast. For MrBeast, we had the nightmare situation with his best friend Chris, and of course all the other allegations about him coming to light regarding faking videos, treating employees in potentially illegal ways, and overall his brand and reputation has taken a major hit. For Logan, he obviously opened the CoffeeZilla can of worms once again. There is yet another shady project that he was heavily involved in now being exposed, and his beverage brand's Prime has been losing relevance.
Yo, I swear, I don't know what the fuck I missed. Yo, people think whenever you ask a YouTuber or up-and-coming YouTuber or up-and-coming rapper or rapper, who do they listen to, who do they watch, and they tell you themselves, they don't be fucking lying, because I don't know what the hell they're talking about right now. Like, if outside of streaming, I don't pay attention to all this celebrity shit, YouTube shit, streamer shit. I genuinely don't. I genuinely do not. It's the same thing. I'll be watching a Lil Baby interview every now and then, or a Young Blue interview, and they'll be like, yo, who you listen to? Myself. It's like, that's all you really have time for. If I'm too busy consuming, how can I produce? Yo, what type of Instagram name is this? What the fuck? Help me get back my page. My page was disabled. Help me get it back. No time for sleep. What type of fucking Instagram name is this? He got some mutuals that follow him though. It's a lot of girls that I know. Don't talk to your bitch, buddy. Don't talk to your bitch. I don't talk to none of them bitches. Like,
for the last calendar year, as the hype bubble on the product has seemed to have burst, and on top of that, they are now facing a class action lawsuit, and to make matters even worse, they were then sued by the Olympic Committee, as well as a company called Refresco.
Nah, for real though, like, y'all be mad niggas DMing me or following me about a girl, bro. Like, bro, like, I'll be out the way. If your girl doing some shit, that ain't, check your girl, bro. Check your girl.
Prime when their sales were soaring high, that Prime allegedly tried to back out of at the last minute, likely due to underwhelming performance. Basically, when Prime signed the deal, there was no sign that the sales of the product would drop so much, so Prime then agreed to quotas that they would not be able to fulfill, leading them to potentially lose a lot of money on the deal. So Prime then goes to this company, allegedly, and now Refresco wants $60 million. And so I'm sure you're wondering at this point, well okay, what do MrBeast and Logan Paul have to do with each other? Well, for years they have seemed to have had a good rapport. Logan has actually been one of the main focuses of several of MrBeast's competitions and videos, and MrBeast has been on Logan's podcast and featured in his content from time to time as well. Well, now MrBeast and Logan Paul are coming together to create their latest garbage product that they will peddle on the young, impressionable audience.
Yo, niggas say garbage product. Why are you playing with them? It
really started when Logan Paul tweeted out this a couple of days ago, where he says, "Be there, Monday, 12 p.m. Eastern," sharing this photo of him and his business partner KSI, where he says that they're on to the next chapter. The next day, he would go on Instagram Live with MrBeast to announce their latest product.
Perhaps you are familiar with this product.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Yeah. So, if you look closely, this product has a candy, an entree, and a drink.
Wait.
I think I'm starting to see where they're going here.
A drink, some chocolate.
Yep, some chocolate.
And an entree.
And an entree.
Some
chocolate, a drink, and an entree. And an entree.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you guys for laying that out for us 3 separate times. These guys clearly know the age of their target consumer here.
Perhaps you guys are piecing this. This is Lunchables.
This is something, you know, we grew up eating. It's a thing.
It's a thing, but it's been around forever.
Yeah, we don't have to.
No, we don't have it.
Rizzler, what's your thoughts on it?
Show us what you think of this.
So as you guys can see there, they even recruited the Rizzler to give his opinion on Lunchables. I mean, in general, Lunchables are known for just being absolute ass when it comes to nutrition. The packaging apparently has a whole lot of lead in it, and it was actually a product that was built out of failure.
What the
Back
fuck?
in the 90s,
I'm glad I stopped eating that shit.
That they really did not know what to do with because no adult wanted to buy it anymore, and so they thought, what are we gonna do with all this? We're gonna have to close down these different manufacturing plants. And that wasn't until someone had the genius idea of marketing it towards kids, giving them a little bit of autonomy, like, hey, I can make my little sandwich at lunch, package that with some good marketing and a good product design, and it was just an absolute hit. But that does not mean it's ever been considered something that's actually good for a kid to consume.
Can you do the face too? Oh my gosh.
Yo, speaking on this, do you know how many things that they advertise to us that is just fucking terrible for your body and your brain? Especially for a child, for like brain development. And it's like, how are they legally allowed to just get away with this shit? To promote it, to constantly put it on TV, to constantly put this colorful shit in front of our kids' faces, and this, you know, they're gonna ask you for it and just bring it up. It's like, how can they constantly get away with it? It starts to make you question everything.
Okay.
I ain't gonna say too much on this live, but yeah.
We realized in JJ, we have a drink.
Here, you want to hold it so it's easier to visualize?
Here it is. Hydration beverage.
I sell chocolate.
I don't want this live to be like 2 hours long. It's essentially, they made their own Lunchable with more healthy products, a better chocolate. Their Prime Bev.
It's a blatant ripoff of the Lunchables concept. You got the Turkey Stack'em, which is just like the classic Lunchable. And then you got the Fiesta Nacho. I'm sure Lunchable does this shit too, okay? There's all different types of Lunchables at this point. This guy, Miles, claims that every middle school lunch is about to look like this. And if that's the truth, I just feel really sorry for these kids. This guy, Jack Appleby, if that's even a real person, says every kid is going to want these for school lunch. They're going to make millions. Even this Logan Paul fan page came out to say, hey, for the record, you can eat lunch leaf for dinner too. Like, I'm sorry, but if you were an adult or even a kid grabbing one of these for dinner, either you need a better parent or you as an adult need to develop some better decision-making skills.
I ain't
Here
gonna
was
lie.
Nancy.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't eating none of them joints in a minute, but you know, it be sometimes, bro, where you just, it's like 2 a.m. Need some munchies. That shit hit. I ain't gonna lie. That artificial shit hit, man. Like,
I announcing the product on Twitter, and as you guys can see in the comments, the fans are not happy. They say, this is unhealthy for you guys, don't consume. A collab with MrBeast is not a good look. We will not be buying. This isn't lunch. None of this is lunch. You're poisoning these kids. You could literally market anything healthy or beneficial successfully. Do better. So here I am on the website, guys, just to see what it's all about. Lunchly, have fun for lunch. There you have their 3 existing products, brought to you by creators that leave no crumbs. Delivering the dream, beyond basic lunch kits designed by today's internet icons. I mean, aren't these things literally the definition of basic? Like, this shit literally looks like an off-brand Lunchable that you would see at the Dollar Tree. And I like how here they say, live in the bite life, and it's just a bunch of random photos of these guys that literally have nothing to do with the product. Like, to me, this whole project just looks incredibly half-assed. But don't worry, guys, you're gonna be the life of the lunchroom when you whip this out your backpack. I mean, literally, guys, just look and read how many chemicals are in this.
oh, no.
And now for the
I'm not gonna lie.
challenge.
Hold on, I'm gonna wait till this.
Create your own cereal.
Called the Kelsey Mix. 3 favorite cereals mixed into one. Lucky Charm.
Now, the credit I will give to Mr.
I'm not gonna lie. A lot of this shit is terrible for you. I genuinely thought that this shit was better than Lunchables. I mean, it's slightly better than Lunchables, but it's like, nah, the way they was jacking that shit like all over social media, you would thought it was way better than Lunchables. Both of these got a lot of bullshit products in it that I wouldn't recommend for no child to eat. Crazy.
Beast here is that he does seem to have the cleanest product on this entire list, but obviously chocolate is still not good for you, and this is still essentially just a box of sugar and carbs and empty protein. And so they say this is how they stack up against the competition, okay? This is them versus the leading brand, who is likely Lunchable. Lunchly is flavorable. The leading brand, Standard. And here once again, Prime flexes their electrolytes. Oh, they have bold packaging. The other guys, they're basic. Big gestures, okay? Mid-moments. Who the fuck came up with this? Now here they directly put themselves up against Lunchables, which I always think is kind of like a corny way to market a product. I mean, I'm not surprised that they did this, because in literally every single marketing campaign I've ever seen from MrBeast Feastables, he goes out of his way to try and shit on his lead competitor, Hershey's.
I was in a Feastables business meeting, and I realized tasting better than Hershey's wasn't so special. Doesn't everything taste better than Hershey's?
Honestly, I think Hershey's bars just taste like shit, to be honest. It's been here forever. They're kind of boring. They just have the shelf space and no one really competes with them. And I think it's time someone just comes in there and it's like, shut up, you boomers. Make new products and innovate or just get the fuck out of here. All the time, I just grab a Hershey's bar and anytime I see throw it at the wall. It's kind of a joke. Oh, that's so funny.
I'm gonna buy a Hershey chocolate bar,
Which is horse.
or a Feastable.
Great.
And the Hershey is gonna go to what? What is that gonna go to?
Some rich guy.
Some fucking rich dude.
Yeah, that rich guy.
Yeah, dude.
5 Feastables.
Why MrBeast acting like, bro, I'm tired of MrBeast doing this humble shit. My nigga, you making at least 50 million every 3 months. This nigga's crazy.
Every moment.
To me, that kind of stuff always just makes your company look really immature. Either way, they're marketing the same protein, less calories, more electrolytes, and less sugar per package. And it looks like that was their main focus for these 3 different products that they're delivering. But to me, these numbers are pretty minuscule, and I don't think that it's always the, like, end-all, be-all when it comes to nutrition. Like, if I'm a parent, I'm more concerned with what's actually going into this shit. I don't know, I just think it's ridiculous that in this country, there's literally almost no restrictions on what they can feed the general public. This is...
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, my kids wouldn't be eating 80% of the shit that be in these stores. No cap. I wouldn't even introduce it to them.
stuff that's literally marketed towards kids, and it's all just a bunch of shit, whether it's Lunchly or Lunchables. It's not good for you, and it's a bunch of processed crap. You know, I understand, like, as a parent, it can be easy to just go grab the Lunchly, but God, you're doing your kid a serious disservice if you're feeding them this on a regular basis. And the thing is that Feastables is actually really popular. Unlike Logan Paul and Prime, the sales just continue to progress, and so I don't really get why he would want to attach his boat to a seemingly already sinking ship. And this is actually all coming only around a month after MrBeast would announce his toy line, MrBeast Toys.
In this ad, I'm gonna tell you about the greatest toy on earth, MrBeast left.
I didn't even know he was on that.
Drink this.
Put it down.
Just mix them, shake them, and create your microfeed. There's over 100 swarms to collect.
Yo, this reminds me of like some other toy. I don't know if somebody's gonna call it out, but this reminds me of another toy, like exact type of commercial, all of that. I think he's just using his brand and popularity to just start pushing shit because he know he can.
Is this one rare?
No.
Is this one rare?
No.
This one is the rarest of them all.
Yo, I'm telling you, this shit reminds me exactly of something that was like in a tube. You'd put different colors and shit in it, and then they had like, yo, my brother probably know exactly what I'm talking about because me and him used to damn near watch the same TV shows when he was younger.
Shake and create. Swarms, each sold separately.
Thanks, Jimmy. I'm gonna keep this one.
You can't. There's only 1,000.
999.
And obviously, MrBeast audience is primarily kids, so he's going to be making products like toys, candy, and now Lunchly, okay? It's all geared towards kids, which to me is kind of crazy, given everything that's happened and transpired over the last couple of months, with some of the decision-making that he was making in regards to...
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think the main thing that was wrong with this program, this Lunchly shit, was the timing. Nobody, I'm not gonna say nobody, because MrBeast still doing easy like 200 million views per video, but public perception of him is not good. Like, if he did this 6 months from now, maybe even around Christmas, he probably would have been Gucci. You know, cancel culture don't really exist. the little cancel mob be upset for like a month or two.
Who he was hiring, who he was putting in charge of important financial and other matters in the company. I mean, overall, it just makes this rollout look a little bit crazy to me. But if one thing is also clear, it's that MrBeast is likely not going to let anything stop him from pursuing his original plan before all this drama unfolded. And he's just going to keep rolling with the punches. At this point, I think he's moved on. I really don't expect him to even make a statement about any of the dog pack videos, or like go on video or go on a podcast and actually talk about the Chris situation either. All we're going to get is like this PR apology statement from his Twitter page. And even like from a YouTube standpoint, he's just kept it moving. He's kept uploading videos as he normally would. Okay, guys, so it is officially the next day, and I do have a couple of updates because this tweet right here from Dan TDM, it really pissed off the boys involved with this operation. So he says, what happened to YouTubers, man?
You know, I heard about this, and if you don't know who Dan is a huge content creator with over 30 million followers. What happened to YouTubers, man? I cannot say this anymore. This is selling stuff for the sake of making money. Simple. How does this benefit their fans? This is selling crap to kids who don't know better than to trust the people who are selling it to them do better. See, I'm on the fence about this because Dan has also sold products. He's also sold, like, you know, kids merch line, and I think he also sold toys and whatnot. So I'm on the fence with that, but I do agree to a degree when you're following an artist, a celebrity, whoever it is, you kind of put your trust into them, and it's like these kids and their parents, they trust MrBeast, KSI, Logan Paul to be, I guess you could say, a good role model, even though I didn't think you should look to any celebrity or any influencer as a role model. So I agree with him on that, but it's like the pot calling the kettle black. You sold shit multiple times, my boy.
Man, I can't not say anything anymore. This is selling stuff for the sake of making money. Simple. How does this benefit their fans? This is selling crap to kids who don't know better than to trust the people who are selling it to them. Do better. And obviously, I absolutely agree with this sentiment here. They're framing this like, oh, we're the healthier alternative, when really it's still the same processed crap. And so KSI responds first. I guess he thought this would be like a slam dunk, where he shares some of this guy Dan TDM's products, and it appears that they're all just pretty much toys or little figurines. I don't really get how this is relevant towards any sort of argument he could be making, because these toys aren't going to ruin the health of the kids that he was likely promoting them to. And if he's just trying to shit on the product itself, saying it's like low grade, well, that's quite ironic because he sold the very same thing. And so obviously people start to make the argument towards him that he's really just talking about the food and it being processed shit. And so he says, but he was talking about food, JJ. He was sponsored, then promoted, and made a whole video on Munch Pack, a monthly sub box full of food and candy to his Minecraft audience full of kids. Now what? Well, yeah, he might have promoted this subscription service 9 years ago, keep in mind, but that in no way equates to him heading this company and relentlessly promoting a product that he owns, that he's going to make the majority of the profit from, that is obviously not going to be good for anyone. Now here's where Logan comes around to
I don't know. It's like they're all still all in the same fucking pot of doing dumb shit.
respond to the same tweet where he says, I'll tell you what happened to YouTubers. We spent our life creating content and building our brands. Now we want to build businesses. You don't say anything when Lunchables faces bans for allegedly containing lead, but when we create a better version you're upset, then don't eat it. Honestly, I just find this to be another really lazy cop-out. Like, dude, no YouTuber is going to be mad at a fellow YouTuber for getting out there and expanding their business, but when you're doing it in this way that just looks so damn lazy, and obviously you're like peddling these products on kids, I think that some criticism there is absolutely fair. Not even to mention that I'm pretty sure they allegedly found some lead within some Prime, okay? I think they've been sued a couple of times for it.
Yeah, I heard about that. I don't want to say too much because Prime be going crazy with copyrighting people videos and striking channels and all that, but supposedly it's like, man, it's a lot of shit that they be jacking us in Prime. I ain't gonna lie, I junked that a few times with my coworkers and all that. I ain't gonna say their names because they discreet people, but I done put them on to that and it's like, damn.
Guess you don't want to say nothing about that. And even the virtuous MrBeast had to come through with his reply to this very same tweet, okay? It rubbed them really the wrong way.
All right, let me say one more thing too before I click off this video because I don't want this shit to be too long. I feel like when people like Logan Paul, rappers, like when a face of a big face comes out and promotes something, they face more like backlash than like a brand like Louis Vuitton, Google, Nike, because there's no direct face to them. When you think of Prime, you directly think of KSI, Logan Paul. You feel what I'm saying? It's like if I come up with a clothing line and the garments is just trash, but yeah, I'm charging $200 for it, you directly hate on me. But now if you know there's a CEO and a head CEO and a co-founder and somebody else that's invested into the company, it's like, damn, who do we hate on? We could just hate on the brand and talk about it, but it's like, who do we directly hate on? So me personally, I don't even think I would have responded to a lot of this.
He says Lunchables sells hundreds of millions of units in count.
You're just gonna skip around. You're just gonna skip around this
existing problem. They would also release this short video doing a direct comparison between Lunchly and Lunchables, and this is where you get some of that classic MrBeast marketing, which is pretty much just shitting on your opponent.
Lunchly versus Lunchables.
With Lunchly,
But you see what I'm saying? It's like he's saying you can't do that, but I'm pretty sure Verizon, T-Mobile, a lot of these companies do that. But like I said, nobody calls them out for these same things because there's no direct face to it. You feel what I'm saying?
double the amount of liquid.
Prime has no sugar added, more electrolytes, and more B vitamins.
Crunch bar. Feastables Crunch Bar. If you look at this close up, you can already tell which one has better ingredients. All right, we'll start off with the Lunchables.
Bro, I'm sorry.
Yeah, who would guess they hate
now
them?
we're trying lunch thing.
I bet they're gonna love them.
We're not biased at all, but ours is way better. This is a lunch lease also right here.
I mean, me personally, I don't think if I had a product, I don't think I would compare myself or compare my stuff to the other people or other products. I think that is a bit different, but like I said, mad big companies, multi-billion-dollar companies do this shit all the time.
Look at the consistency, the texture. And this is Lunchables. This, look, it's watery. I can't even look at that. With 400 milligrams of electrolytes, my God!
And it's available for around $4. Super affordable. Go give it a try.
Yeah, personally, I would not be.
Hold on, how much is Lunchables? Because this is like, if it's a little bit cheaper and it's a little bit healthier, why not? Like, why not? Let me see. That should say, hold on. It's showing me like the tiny Lunchables, like the ones that come with like 3 crackers, 3 cheese. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for the one that's like similar priced around this, or around like $6. So like $2 more, I guess. $2 more for it to be a bit unhealthier.
Partaking, I might make a little video just to compare this to a Lunchable so I can collect some ad dollars. But yeah, guys, you really do have to start thinking about what you're putting into your body. You know, I had to have that realization a couple years back. I was just eating like an absolute pig, ordering DoorDash all the fucking time, filling my body with all this different processed food and chemicals. And honestly, past like your physical appearance, when you're digesting all of that nonsense, it can straight up make you mentally unhealthy, okay? All that shit is going straight to your brain. It's what's literally fueling the machine that is your body. And just picture like if your body was a car, it'd be like dumping a bunch of used, nasty oil into it.
I heard that term before. He definitely heard that term before too. It was like, imagine if you get one car for the rest of your life. Like one car. Are you gonna spend 5-10 years putting bad oil in it? Probably not. You're probably gonna treat it the best you can. So it's like, treat your body the same. You feel me?
Like, it's not going to make for a very efficient machine. But either way, I do want to know what you guys think about this down below.